there, Sarah here from Scattered Pictures Art, and I've been away for a while, but I'm back with a new journal to share with you. This is one that I made for my son, and it is for the Paper Gypsy Hoarders Anonymous Junk Journal Challenge at Gypsy Rose Paperie. That's Dolly's channel. She also runs the Alternative Junk Journals Facebook group, which is amazing, so if you haven't joined, head over there. I'll put a link below to it. So the challenge was to use some supplies that you've been hoarding for a while, and I have a ton of little golden books, and this one I bought specifically to make a journal for my son, and sadly it's just been sitting around for a couple of years, so I finally got around to making it to play along with this challenge. So it is Scooby-Doo and the Haunted Carnival, and I've added a 2-inch spine, and I've added buttons. This is my first little golden book journal, and I actually really love how it turned out. I had a lot of fun making it. April at Pink Oddbird has a tutorial on how to put the buttons on the spine, so thank you for that, April. This is what my button spine looks like. I added a little clip here that you can add a tassel to. I've just added some ribbon that I've also been hoarding. I think I've had this for maybe 10 years. I got it thinking that I would, make scrapbook pages of my pets, and I used a bit and then it just sat around. So it's got paw prints on it, and I thought that was good for a Scooby-Doo themed journal. And there's a little tiny paw Brad here that, again, I think I've had for about 10 years. The fabric on the spine is actually cut from an old shirt that I haven't worn in years, but it was the perfect color for a Scooby-Doo themed journal, so I thought I'm just going to cut it up. And so I've used a hitch post for the closure and an eyelet at the back, and I've just put some more of that paw print ribbon through. And let's go inside. The corners were a little bit beat up, so I did add some book corners to them. But otherwise, I mean, the book was in amazing shape. It's nice and clean, no pen marks or anything. The first page is some scrapbook paper. I had this kind of weird scrapbook paper that it's colored, but it has like a yellow backing or other colors on the back. And again, sitting around for years. Finally used it. Worked great in this book. Added lots of pom-pom trim, which my son loved. And there's a pocket on the first page. These are some Scooby-Doo cards. It's from a memory game that I actually found at our local dollar store. And I asked my son if he wanted me to put some paper on the back of these so he could write on them, and he said no, not yet, but he might do it himself. So the book is pretty plain. I did not overly embellish it or decorate it because he wants to be able to do that himself. I have included quite a few tags on nice heavy watercolor paper so that he can write on them or draw on them. Some more of that ribbon trim. Here is a window envelope pocket. I just put a little bit of the leftover colored cardstock there, and another of the Scooby-Doo cards with a little bit of ribbon stapled on just to make it easier to pull it out. Another plain tag, another card. I put the pages in order and just folded the edges in. I made a few pages with a Scooby-Doo font and the sayings from each of the characters. So there's Scooby-Doo, and clipped on a little Tim Holtz pouch here with a plain tag and some embroidery floss on top. I used the scraps that were left from making the pages and just did some die cutting so that my son can use them to decorate the book how he wants. Another card. I used a variety of just plain papers in here. I didn't use anything coffee dyed. I just want it nice and clean. Just lots of writing or drawing room. There's some dot grid paper there. I cut this out of a composition book, so I took the stitching out of the middle of the composition book so that I could have the double page, so that the lines could still go the right way, and then I just trimmed it down to fit. These are some pages from a children's dictionary, and I made sure to pick ones that were appropriate for the book. So this actually has the definition of ghost down here. And I love that it has kind of the green stripe that matches the green paper and tab. I wanted lots of interactive elements, so there are lots of pages that are folded, but there's also one of these terry wood pockets. Yvonne at Junctional Junkies. Oh, what is her name? She's Yvonne Preston, I think. She does these a lot, but Terry Wood has a tutorial on her channel for them. A couple of little tags there, just tucked in there. Oops. With some more of the coordinating embroidery floss on them. Can't get my fingers to work. I'll fix that later. Another card. Graph paper. I stole one of my son's coloring books and got a couple of pages out of it, so that they, and I masking taped them bottom to bottom so that they could fold out and still be the full page that could be colored. Little paper bag. I found these little cards online. I think they're off Tumblr, but it's just character information cards for the Scooby-Doo characters. So I've got Shaggy and Scooby here in the first pocket, and I just put them onto some index card. And my son saw these, he thought they were awesome, and he liked that there was lines on the back because he's like, there's more information, he can write more information about the characters on the backs. Here's some printing practice paper, and I've just folded it so it's a little more interactive. I included a sheet of watercolor paper, just something nice and heavy that he can draw on or something. Here's a belly band with some wider paw print ribbon, and I just put that on a strip of the cardstock, glued the ribbon down, and then glued it down to the page. Another character card and an index card. There's some more pom-pom trim. Another color of that cardstock. So you can see it's got the aqua on the front and then a yellow back, which, I mean, I don't even know why I bought that, but it worked out great for this book. A strip of the green to form the pocket. This is some music paper that I put in upright and then just cut the bottom. Whoops, can't see that. Cut the bottom so that it can flip down to the full length. Or cut the middle and folded the bottom up. Another children's dictionary page. This one has the word, it has Great Dane for Scooby-Doo, as well as graveyard, grave. Some ledger paper in a pink and blue, and I loved how it matched the colors on the page here. And it has a little fold. This is the next page of the book. Another printed page says Zoinks. So that's Shaggy's catchphrase, I think. And another lined paper, graph paper. My son actually had a Scooby-Doo themed birthday party several years ago, and I still had some of the napkins floating around, so I've decoupaged some napkin onto the cardstock here, some more pom-pom trim. This is the center of the signature, so it's got a pocket with some more of that paw print ribbon. Two more Scooby-Doo cards from the memory game, another tag, and oh, and I used scraps from the shirt for the tops of the watercolor tags. And then I just used a brad that says, can you see that? I don't know if it's there. It says bark. Again, sitting around for years and years, and I just used it to put a couple of index cards together there. I just left the strings hanging. I didn't have any charms or anything for them, but I kind of like how it looks. Used one of the Tim Holtz slot die cuts and just added some little tags watercolor tags, tags cut from the leftover cardstock, some stamps. This is also a Tim Holtz die, the little mini tags. Graph paper, line paper, Jinkies, that's Velma. Another page from the book, the other side of the ledger. Whoops. Another dictionary page with a blue tab this time. More of the music paper with a tag stuck in. I did make 2 big envelopes to add to the page. And I've just added a page from the coloring activity book. This one's a word scramble. I just folded that up, put them in here. And that just does up with the little string, the coordinating embroidery floss again, and there's a large index card in behind there. The printing practice paper. Other side of the bag has Fred's card. The other side of the coloring book double page that I masking taped the bottoms together. Craft paper. The other side of the other dictionary page, line paper, dot grid paper, mini ledger page, Jeepers, that's Daphne's catchphrase. And that's the end of the first signature. I added this ribbon down the center between the signatures because I didn't think to add the ring thing with the brad backing before I glued the fabric down on the back of the spine. So next time I'll do that so that I don't have to cover the brad backing there. But I kind of like how the ribbon looks down the center. So here's the second signature. Another window envelope pocket with a card tag. So this is exactly the same layout as the first signature. There's another Tim Holtz bag and a plain tag. The printed pages again. Some little mini tags, die cut, dot grid, lined. Another dictionary page from the children's dictionary. This one has the word haunt, another tab. Another of those fold out pockets. I won't fold it out again. And another coloring book page, and I made sure to get one that said, and I would have gotten away with it if it not for you meddling kids. I had to go in a Scooby-Doo journal. Another bag with a Velma card, the printing paper, watercolor paper, lined paper, another belly band with an index card and a memory game card, more pom-pom trim, another card with a side tuck, the music paper that folds down with a tag tucked in there, other side of, oh no, this is another dictionary page. And this one, if I had folded it down the middle, the word mystery would have been right on the spine, so I actually folded it a bit short and have a little fold out here. Another of the pink and blue ledger pages, which again matches the graphics on the book page really well. Zoinks, line paper, another graph paper, another cardstock page with some decoupage and trim. This has a little bone brad holding a couple of index cards together and two more of the memory game cards and a tag. Some more of the trim. Another of the Tim Holtz slot dies. Graph paper, line paper, Jinkies. Book page with Scrappy on it. Back of the ledger. Another, the other side of the dictionary page, music paper. The other envelope, which has, what's this have? Oh, this has, a maze in it. My son loves mazes, so. Let me do that up. It has another index card tucked in behind. Line paper, watercolor paper, the other side of, oh, missed the bag. Daphne's card, so all the characters are there. other side of the coloring book page, graph paper, dictionary page, line paper, dot grid, jeepers, last page of the book, the end of the story. And of course there has to be a creepy clown, so he's at the end there. And then on the back page is a library pocket, library card, which I just used my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher to add the wide ribbon to. And that is it. So thank you to Dolly for this challenge. It finally got me to get this book made, and I actually really enjoyed making the little golden book journal. And so I've got a bunch more of these. I'm hoping to get some Christmas ones done for my Etsy shop. So yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and now the summer vacation's over, I'm hoping to have lots more videos coming your way soon. So have a great day. Bye.